young and they used to live for the summer, skip meals to go run amongst all his peers. Now fast forward up a few years, that giddy little kitty growed up and all of a sudden had to pay bills. My current dichotomy grown from pure curiosity. Guess I didn't know that part of the deal, or know how quick it get real. Feeling so fleeting, me and myself need a meeting to make it clearer. Conversate with the mirror, watch your language when talking to me. I'm the one that's with you. Speak some life in itself, you should opt in the optimism. When options turn into prisons, getting offered the slimmest pickings. Remember, this place we in is a thief for joy, it'll steal. But no matter how much it take, I got more to give. I know that this world is all I'm giving, and all of these thrills don't count for living. A little more will is all it takes, so I persevere, I'm not afraid. And right when it's falling off, not all is lost, it's giving me chills. I got a feeling, I gotta see stars and cars I'm whipping, cause none of my dreams involve a ceiling. I seen a child raise a village, and he didn't come from no privilege that made me conquer some limits. I've arisen from prisons, head on collision with visions I had back then, it was written. I've been walking in purpose, I've been coaching myself on life, telling me that it's worth it. There's some things I'm still gonna improve, and the timing is perfect. Still paranoid that I make it lose, like some toxic been lurking, anticipating my every move. On the back of my shirt is a target made to play me a fool. I won't fall to the serpent. Swear to God, I've been working like a doctor and surgeon, trying to piece together the pieces and heal up what hurted. My vice suffice till it don't, it shows. My passion might lead me out to a life is an open door. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more to keep me right. Oh, wish you the best if you ain't know this would be like. But I miss so much the days we was rolling for pins and whites. And Lord, it done been some nights, but I'm growing inside this world and keep rolling. I know that this world is all I'm giving, and all of these thrills don't count for living. A little more will is all it takes, so I persevere, I'm not afraid. And right when it's falling off, not all is lost, it's giving me chills. I got a feeling, I gotta see stars and cars I'm whipping, cause none of my dreams involve a ceiling.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So it is that time of the month where we do our monthly reset. February has come and gone, and now we are going to be planning for March, and I'm looking forward to the next few months that are going to be coming, because just few interesting things that are going to be happening there and there, and we are closely approaching my birthday month, and I'm looking forward to that. But before we get into planning for March, I think it's very important that we reflect on February in terms of the goals that I set for myself, as well as the budget, if I was able to stake into budget or not. So I have my journal here, which looks like my shirt, but that was not planned. So my journal here, and I got a question regarding my journal, and I feel like I've shared so much regarding how I put this journal together. Everything was from Take a Lot. Let us get into February. February was a month of love, even though I don't really celebrate, Valentine's, but it was, it was having a lot of florals as well as pink there and there. Firstly, how did I feel about the month? Well, I will say that the month was very short. It was just a smooth month. I really wouldn't say that there were a lot of challenges that I experienced in February, but I will say that I learned to embrace myself more. I learned to love myself, to show myself love. I allowed myself to be the influence of my emotions, even though there are other things externally that will influence your emotions, but this time around I was able to check myself in some things. I was able to pick up some things and direct myself in a path that makes me feel more at peace. And so February for me was just a breeze of a month, a beautiful month that went by very quickly. And I'm looking forward to starting March. So let us start with our financial goals, my financial goals. Why am I saying our? First one was I wanted to save and invest an amount of 6,710. And I hit that goal by actually investing 7,000, investing and saving 7,710. Number two is I wanted to pick assets and invest on EasyEquities. I started on my January was my first month, and then February by the time, sometimes I feel like I need to explain this, because the monies that I talk about, they don't come the same time. They don't come in my account the same time, because I get paid. Firstly, there's YouTube, then there's my salary. So my salary is the first one that comes in, and then there's YouTube, and then there's Umholiswane that I do with my sibling, And so these monies don't come in the same time. So the one that I use to invest on EasyEquities is the money that I get from, not that I get, the money that I do Mholiswane with my sister. So 500 of that goes towards my EasyEquities account. So my first one was in January. And so as soon as she gets paid end of the month, end of February, because I'm filming this on the last weekend of February. And so obviously the month has not ended yet. But once she sends me that money, what I do is from my Capitec account, from there I invest directly to EasyEquities. I don't even have to go and log in on the EasyEquities platform. I do it all from my bank. And so I did that in January and it was a breeze. You know, I was stressing about investing on EasyEquities, picking the stocks and what. But I remember by the time I wanted to put in the money, I already made my mind that I'm going to invest on bundles instead of individual stocks. And so I just did that from my Capitec app and then it was in there immediately. So I will do a video on EasyEquities and Capitec for people that bank with Capitec and that also have an EasyEquities account, because that partnership, it just works. And then reconcile my January to February spending. I actually did, let me see, every week I also do my reconciliation. And then cash stuff for February, I did cash stuff for February, and the cash budgeting system is working very well for me right now. I've been learning some things, I've been noticing some things. Sometimes it does get frustrating, but then I'm like, would you rather go back where you were or continue with this? I'll rather continue with this because this is currently working and this is something that I truly need in my finances. And I did do a video regarding an update on my cash budgeting as well as staffing for February. So please do check that out. When it comes to personal goals, here I said to myself that I want to continue with my self-care habits, moving my body, meditation, journaling, drinking water, and waking up early. I did all of this. The things that I'm proud of that I feel like have made a significant difference in my mental health and the way that I feel on a day-to-day basis is moving my body, waking up early so that I can make time to pour into myself before I pour into others, as well as journaling and meditating. I feel like those things grouped together have allowed me to grow into this woman that I'm proud of. And then buy a book, read it. I didn't do this. And then do my nails. I definitely did my nails. Now I wanted to take, when I took out those other ones that I did, I wanted to do another set immediately, but the guy that does my nails is always busy, and so I ended up having to cut all my new growth of nails, and now I'm starting afresh. But anyway, I did do my nails and I will be doing my nails again in March. And then when it comes to social media goals, I wanted to reach 7,500 subscribers. As I'm talking to you, as I'm filming this video, we are on 6,950 subscribers, and I'm foreseeing that by the time it is the 1st of March, we will be on 7,000 subscribers. That is for sure. It's just that, yeah, because I'm filming this on a weekend, so that means that we still have few days to go, and I know that we will be on 7,000 subscribers. However, we won't reach the goal of 7,500 subscribers, so that we didn't reach. And then post minimums of 4 reels in February. I think I posted around 3. I posted a lot compared to before, and I think that's good enough. However, I didn't reach the goal, but I feel like that's still good. And then when it comes to career goals, I wanted to check my DPSA once a week, which I do every week, and I've decided that I'm going to share with you guys if let's say I check the DPSA and I feel like there are a lot of entry-level posts or posts that I feel like most people can qualify for, I'm going to share on my community. So please be on a lookout for that. And when it comes to application details in terms of how do you apply, guys, please read. Don't ask questions of how do I apply? Do I send this? No. Read, guys. It's important that if someone has already taken a first step to help you or to share with you something, don't ask them to then, share the entire arm. They've already given you the hand. Use the hand to equip yourself. The DPSA explains everything from beginning to the end. Each and every department has its own requirements. If you go through each and every department and you see that there's a post that speaks to you, you go back to the beginning of that department and read about the requirements or how do you apply, because it's always there. Reading is important, very important. And then apply for vacancies that meet my requirements. Yes, I did this. I applied for 1 post this month. because there was just one post that spoke to me in the entire month, and I applied for that. And then let's get into my budget just quickly, because I feel like this video is getting very long. So firstly, when it comes to my budget, my income, relatively the same. There was a little bit of an addition in my income, which I didn't understand what it was for, but it's fine. We appreciate that. Anyway, I think what we're going to just look at is, was I able to stick to budget? So looking at my budget like this, looking at my budgeted versus actual, I will say that I was able to stick to my budget 95%. And then there were a lot of things that were below budget, and not like extremely below budget, but they were still below budget. Like my water and electricity, I always put it up there, and it came back as 750, which means that I saved 250 this month, which is great. And then rates and levies, I budgeted 980. It came up as 930, which is good. And then everything else was just normal, was same as budgeted. So I will say that I was able to stick to my budget 95%. And the reason the 5% is because on Uber I had said that I want to put 1,000, but technically it was 500. So that's it. Now let us get into our March reset. Now my March reset, it looks like this, very much black and white, and lines and plants, drawings, you know, little color when it comes to March. And I can be honest with you, I'm not happy with that. You know, I used to think that I'm not a person of color and what that on all the stuff, but I love color. You know, when I look at my January, let me show you. When I look at my January spread, I just love that color. Like, it's color, but then in a very, you know, beautiful way, you know, that just makes your mood bright. Look at February as well. There was color. So when I looked at this spread, they brought joy, you know, in me. So when I look at this one, I'm like, okay, you are pretty, but then you're just not speaking to me. I was going for black and white, but I'm just, nah. You know, I can do something, but for now, for the video, we're just gonna roll with it. So when it comes to our goals, I want to save and invest 5,710, and we will see if we are going to hit that. Then number 2 is I want to invest on equities. I'm still going, this is going to be my goal every month. My goals are not going to change a lot, guys. And then reconcile my February to March spending. Yeah, that's correct. Then cash stuff for March. And then when it comes to my personal goals, I want to continue implementing my self-care habits, which is to wake up at 4:30, move my body, meditate, show love to myself, and also journal. Social media goals, I want to reach 8,000 subscribers by end of March. Now this is pushing it. So basically what I'm saying here, in March, I would like to grow by 1,000 subscribers. I think that this is possible, but then you may never know where YouTube takes you. You may never know how your videos perform. One thing I've realized with YouTube is that on the videos that you think that, okay, these are the ones that are going to perform well, they just don't. And videos that you don't think they will perform well, they actually do. So like, you can really never bet based on videos. You just create. You just create and use obona pambili. That's my motto right now. We just create. Which brings me to my next goal for social media, which is create more content without judgment. Now, I want to post more on Instagram, and I want to post more shorts as well on YouTube. And so I figured, let me just continue creating. I'll just create without judging, without overthinking it. Just create content. And I'm not going to create content out of thin air, obviously. So I will be using majority of the videos that I create to take from that and create shorts and create reels as well. Because with everything that I do, the fact that I have a full-time job, I'm a mom, I'm running a YouTube channel that I'm trying to grow. The last thing that I want to do to add in there is to create specific videos just for Instagram and shorts. That ain't gonna happen unless I'm in the mood. But right now, I'm not in that mood. But what I'm saying here is I just want to create, post, without overthinking it, without, judging it and thinking this is going to perform well or what. I'm just going to create and post. And that's what I'm going to do. Same thing with YouTube, full form content as well. Whatever idea that comes into mind or video that I want to create, I'm going to create it and post it and see how it does. That is it. That is the list that I can do also as well. And then I have my career goals here. My career goals, I want to check the DPSA weekly. So that is something that is just a tradition of mine. And I want to update and apply for jobs. Now, updating my CV is something that I do every time when I need to apply for a new job. So if there's a post that I want to apply for, I am compelled to go back and update my CV to make sure that my CV speaks to that job. And then now let us get into our budget. Now this is what it looks like. So when it comes to my budget, let me just say that it is relatively the same as last month. Nothing much that changed, except that when it comes to my savings, they will be slightly lower than what I saved last month. And that's because there are birthdays coming up in April and in May, and I really want to focus my resources into that. The old Jennifer would have said, no way, we are not doing that. Let us prioritize saving and investing. But then the new Jennifer is like, life is too short. You may never know what happens tomorrow. Life is about being enjoyed. We plan to live, but then there comes a point whereby you actually have to live, be alive. And that's not going to happen if I keep telling myself that, every cent has to go towards investments and savings, even when I know that there's something that I should be doing for myself. So I say that to say, for my savings this month, it will be low. And also, I think in April, it will be low because my birthday will be coming up the following month. So the money that I'm going to be putting aside for this month is for just one birthday. And then next month, it will be just for one birthday. So building fund definitely going to be lower, and I thought that I was not even going to save for the building fund this month in March, but then when I calculated everything, the numbers just added up and there was more money that was left. I was left with like 1,500. So I was like, definitely I'm going to be channeling 1,000 of that towards the savings, just so that I can know that I did put something, but I was just not compelling myself that I should put money into that. So long as I know that my emergency fund is being saved for, education fund, like my standard ones, so long as I know that I'm saving for that, then I should be good. And then for the camera, I put a camera here, but before I was putting it on YouTube, but technically it has to go towards the savings. So when it comes to the camera, I am going to be saving for it, and I'm saving from the money that I'm getting from YouTube. So majority of that goes towards savings, and then some of that goes towards meeting the monthly expenses as pertaining to my YouTube channel. For my weekly allocation, I did share this with you when I was doing my budget stuffing, that things have just increased, and I see the need more and more to just be realistic when it comes to the monies that I allocate, which then means that in March, I'm upping my budget. So last month, when I did my weekly allowance, I had put 1,400 for week 1, 1,000 for week 2, 1,200 for week 3, and 1,000 for week 4. So what I'm doing now is I realized that 1,400 is reasonable enough, still not enough, but still reasonable enough. Week 1 is going to be 1,500. Week 2, 1,100. Week 3 is going to be 1,400. And then in week 4 is going to be 1,000. So that is my plan when it comes to my weekly allocation. And as I said, it's because things have just went up, prices are crazy, and you get less for your money now. And I need to be practical of that. I need to always be mindful of that whenever I'm setting my budget, because if I'm not mindful of that, it means that I have to take money from somewhere. And normally that means that something has to suffer from my budget in order for me to meet that. So now let's get into my expenses. In terms of my expenses, everything else will remain the same in terms of what I normally budget for. The only different thing that I've added here is birthdays and that's because there's a birthday coming up in April. The birthday comes up before I get paid in April, so I need to make means for it now and buy the gift now, and then in April I'm going to be saving for the following month's birthday. So for the birthday, I am gonna be putting aside 4,000, and I think 4,000 is more than enough. I was looking at the gift that I want to buy. It is more, I think it will be more than enough to get what the gift that I want to buy and still be left with some change. We'll see. That is what's different in terms of my expenses, but when I tell it everything up, it adds up in terms of the income that I'm expecting to receive. So that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that I hope that you enjoyed it, and that if you haven't started planning for your March, that you will be inspired to actually get your journal out or get your computer out and start planning for March. And I'm looking forward to March and just the rest of the year. God willing, that we'll still be alive. You know, these days you never know where life is going to take you, and so we have to savor each and every day. We have to appreciate each and every day that we are alive. But so long as we are alive, we do the right thing by making sure that we plan, we save, we make sure that we make sure that we pay for the things that we need to pay for, so that we are just responsible adults. We are women and men that we are proud of. And even if you pass on, you're not leaving stress for your family because you have set up systems. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.